Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another game day here for the ECL Elite Division right here on sportsgamer. My name is Tuki, joined as always by my broadcast partner, Mr. Sin, for the win. And Sin, today we continue on with our Week 1 coverage. This new season that is upon us, a hot start the other day, and now we continue on with two big matchups, and we kick things off. It's Reality Check taking on Redhawks Esport.
Yeah, this is going to be, a stellar matchup. Reality Check, of course, a new addition to the ECL Elite last season, making the playoffs in their debut, taking on a rebranded Redhawks Esport, of course, formerly the Foul and Coal Miners. You see a lot of familiar faces, and some of those familiar faces in different positions as well. So we'll see if they're going to be able to work their way back into the postseason, as all those guys definitely want to do.
Absolutely. Of course, a lot of changes throughout the entirety of the Elite Division this season. We'll talk more about that in a minute. First and foremost, though, some other games that are going on around the league. We'll continue to kind of keep eyes on things as they play out. But of course, not only do we have the Reality Check Redhawks matchup today, a little bit later on, it'll be Haimo and Yippee Vaskala in this kind of spotlight position here in a very big matchup sin for both of those teams.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, again, Yippee Vaskala wants to get back to the playoffs as they did last season and have a better showing, and it all starts from the get-go in the course of the regular season. You want to try to fight for those seedings. All the points are going to be important. It's essentially a very mad dash to the finish. Both Haimo and Yippee Vaskala, they kind of, didn't have the greatest outing in the postseason that they would have wanted to see. Both of them kind of starting off pretty hot and then faltering against their respective matchups.
Absolutely. So with that, of course, we'll focus on the matchup here. Let's look at the standings, though. Heading into the games today, of course, a 30-game regular season for all 16 of these clubs. And, Sin, of course, we have some teams as many as 4 games played. We still have Goons and our Pro Division champions from last season in Totorit who have yet to play a single game. But how about those two at the bottom of the standings? Not the start I think anyone was expecting for those two clubs.
No, definitely not. Fetistad, yes, undergoing some more, lineup changes. They thinking to be perhaps a little bit weaker, but I'm shocked by Nordic Stars considering what their lineup looks like on paper with, Sisu and King of Apes on the back end for them. 4 games played, 14 goals allowed, and they're simply not scoring enough. Just 6 goals for, and they're going to have to try to right the ship quickly because, we've seen it before. This season, the end of it creeps up on you in a hurry.
Absolutely. So, of course, our first matchup here, Reality Check currently sitting in 8th, 1-1 on the season so far, taking on Redhawks Esports at 1-1 as well. These are the numbers for these two teams so far. And, of course, in just 2 games played, not too much to really take away from those 2 games, but at least from what we've seen so far, relatively close in terms of the, we'll say production levels, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, the goals for, goals against ratios, just one separating them in that respect. Redhawks so far, I don't know if that they just had no power plays and no penalty kills, but I think it'd be at 0% if it was like that. But yeah, perfect on in their special teams so far, and that's exactly what you kind of want to see. Those are going to be very important ways to be able to score goals and gather momentum by killing a big penalty here as well. So yes, it's still early on, but that's a good sign that things are clicking for Redhawks.
So with that, let's get a look at the lineups for this matchup. Again, 2 games between these two clubs. We start off with Reality Check. Tunkelia, Niskalaukas, and Koloslav as the top 3 on the defensive side. Nico and Kim Johan with Vincere between the pipes. For the Redhawks, it is Kachin, Fopa Toflin, and Pro Arska as their front 3. Captain Furion and Martindale on defense. Police control between the pipes, and we'll head to our individual matchups here, Sin, and as we kick things off with the centers, as we always do, it is Niskalauskas for Reality Check, his second elite season, 38 points in 30 games last year, whereas on the other side, for Fopa Toflin, one of the most experienced players, he was a season 1 debutant, as a lot of guys were in this Redhawks lineup. He had 34 points in 30 games last season, but the key there, and as we're going to continue to talk about throughout this Redhawks lineup, he played a bit of defense last year. I mean, this has been a team of the last few seasons. They have been moving a lot of pieces around.
Yeah, and not just bringing in external ones, but as you kind of alluded towards, internally, a lot of time kind of position swaps, and obviously we see that with Martindale moving back onto the defensive side of things. But Toflin, so far looking at home in that center spot, he's point per game. He has a 60% face off. This center battle is going to be absolutely, very exciting to watch because both of them have been very good in the dot so far. But something's got to give. It's really going to, I think, come down to in this matchup those key draws in the offensive defensive zones.
With that, we'll take a look at the wingers for reality check once more. It is their captain in Tunkelia, 60 points in 30 games last season. This will be his fourth season in the Elite Division, and Sin, he was last season's returning player of the season, having again spent some time down in the Pro Division to really help build up this team. We were first introduced to him more as a defenseman. His partner, of course, as the forwards go, is Koloslav, 45 points in 30 games played last season for the now defunct Unlucky Boys. This will be his third season in the top flight. And on the other side, for the Redhawks, we also see a new addition. Kachin is also over from the now defunct Vexo Lakers. He had 30 points in 18 games last year. This will be his fifth season at the top level. And on the other side, Pro Arska, 31 points in 30 games last year. He is another season one original.
Yeah, so debut for Koch in there, as you mentioned, and slide over to the defensive core right here. And, Nico, Kim Johan, both starting off in a pretty good light. A lot of physical play coming out on the side of Kim Johan. Flip side, Martindale with 0 hits, but he does have those 2 apples to his name. Obviously, he and Furion known each other for quite some time, are now going to pair up on the defensive side of things, and I'm interested to see how they kind of play. We know Furion has a tendency to likes to jump into the rushes quite a bit, and Martindale as a former forward will definitely have that capability as well. So I'm curious to see how they kind of feed off of each other in that regard.
And the defensive edge, at least in terms of elite experience, goes to the Redhawks. Again, both Furion, their captain, and Martindale debuted in our very first ECL season. On the other side, Kim Johan, this is just his second season here. And of course, Nico coming over from Färjestad. We'll see how he manages to, really kind of step things up for reality check. Because one thing we've yet to talk about, the departure of their captain, Prasuiti, at forward. He left for Be a Bro in Pro. So again, they have undergone some changes as well. We go to the goaltenders, our last head-to-head here for reality check. It is Finn Sari, another season 1 original here, but Sin, more importantly, last season's goalie of the season with an 18-8-4 record and an 86.23% save percentage. So far, not quite to that same level, but again, it is early. And Police Control on the other side. Are you shocked to know he also debuted in season 1? The amount of experience between these two lineups gives them certain advantages, perhaps. And again, we'll see kind of how that plays out throughout these games.
Yeah, and I definitely think that was an important kind of pickup for reality check, having Finsete back there in between the pipes, kind of that calming presence, as you mentioned. So, yeah, this is really experience versus experience in a lot of ways, as you mentioned. Redhawks, I think, taking the edge and just this sheer amount of experience on their roster. But at the same time, reality check still have a lot of kind of hungry players in there. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what Koloslav's going to be able to do. He was great on an Unlucky Boys team that just hasn't been, up to their standard. And as you mentioned, now no longer a squad, but Koloslav was one of those bright points.
So with that, we are just a few moments away from puck drop. Game number 1 coming up for reality check, looking to get back to the postseason. Since, as you mentioned, they were there last year, lost to Yippee Voskala as the 4 seed in just 5 games, where the Redhawks finished 11th, at least held their spot in the Elite Division, which we always talk about how important that is to finish above that bottom 4, because there was a lot of turnover this year in the standings as well. But before we get to the action today, a reminder of things to come this week. Very busy week for us here at Sports Gamer. First and foremost, this weekend, we venture into the world of Madden for the very first time. Sin, as of course, we have covered NHL and FIFA esports here on the channel. But this weekend, it is the Madden Academy Tournament, the opportunity for a couple of winners here to get a once-in-a-lifetime experience at the NFL's international games this fall. Sportsgamer.gg/Madden for all the information that you need for this event coming up this weekend. Sin and I will be here to cover it all, as we'll see just who wants to claim that crown as being one of the Europeans, if not the Europeans' best on the old gridiron. And of course, and with that, also so much else going on here in terms of the upcoming schedule for these particular hockey events that we love so much. Of course, we have today's broadcast here, but the SCL and the eHockey SM continuing on throughout the weekend as well. Of course, SCL a little bit further behind in the round of 16, but the semifinals coming up on the Finnish side of things.
Yeah, and just obviously great to see a lot of that, being able to keep up with some of the action. A lot of familiar faces from the ECL participating in that in some way or another here, and yeah, it's just there's just so much going on in sports gamer. I know for me, sometimes it can be difficult to be able to keep up with it. That's kind of the beauty of it and the way we have things set up. There's just action all the time. And, these players continue to have those opportunities, to win some prize money, get some glory to their name, and keep building up that brand.
So as you get a look there, at least a brief look in the locker room for these two teams. They had a lot of elite edges between puck movers and playmakers. And of course, and we talked about it, the big change this season, we'll go with abolishment of 4 primary abilities that we have seen. Big tipper, close quarters, truculence, unstoppable force are banned for this season. And we got to look at that on Monday's broadcast. And yes, you'll still see gold elite edges pretty much across the board, but it's those secondary abilities that have changed. We've seen a lot of make it snappy already, kind of as a close quarters replacements. And again, we'll kind of see how things continue to evolve here as the season goes on.
Yeah, and we've seen deflection goals as well. So it's, a big tipper is not essential for being able to score those deflection goals. It's just, maybe not as easy, and it has to be set up a bit more properly. And maybe it won't always go in when you get that perfect kind of deflection setup as well. But, that's kind of the nature of hockey.
Absolutely. So here we go. It is reality check in their road whites taking on Redhawks Esport. Captain Furion sends it along. Kachin trying to find a little bit of space. See who's able to find the breakthrough again. Both these teams 1-1 on the season so far. Some changes in their lineups. Find a way through here. Kim Johan will send that one over to the far corner. Hefty bounce. Martindale's there. Still maybe the key player to watch for Redhawks as he moves back to the defensive side of things for this season. Moving here for reality check. They gain the line. Tunkelia, the captain, sends it across. Couldn't find the tape of Koloslav. Turnover here. Niskalaukos able to draw the call. And an early power play opportunity coming up here for reality check.
Kind of interesting right there as he started to Elskate was still able to draw out the penalty. Looks like the tripper came from kind of behind him, but as he started to Elskate, he did expose the puck, but that stick of Pro Arska still getting into the feet right there. So we get to see that reality check power play go to work here early on.
Big opportunity for them here if they can convert. 5 minutes into the game. Face-off one, though, by Folpatoflin. Puck is cleared, at least back the neutral zone. Kim Johan stepping up, but held up at the line. Offside call here is certainly not an ideal start to this man advantage.
Definitely not, but again, we talk about it all the time, how hard it can be to regain that zone after you lose it on the power play. He has to kind of turn and twist his way to avoid those sticks at the blue line, which put his forwards offside. Folpatoflin, another face-off win, leading to an easy clear for the Redhawks, and more of an unforced offside right there as Kim Johan going in with speed, and the forward still went off, and seems like a little bit of a antsiness coming out from reality check on this man advantage.
I mean, you certainly put pressure on yourselves to deliver on the power play, but they would perhaps benefit from settling down just a bit. But a great job here. As much as you want to talk about reality check needing to figure it out, what a dominant performance at the blue line here for Redhawks. Fortunate bounce, but reality check able to settle it back down. Tunkelia the feed up ahead for Koloslav. Still has it. 15 seconds left on the man advantage. Nico back to Kim Johan. D to D. That shot. Knocked down. Martindale up ahead for Kachin. We're back to 5-on-5. Redhawks have a bit of space here. Folpatoflin has it poked away by Kim Johan. Excellent kill, though, for the Redhawks.
Yeah, definitely. Even all managed to get a bit of a counterattack, and right as that man got out of the box, he joined the rush for 3-on-2.
Puck back to the point here with Nico. Sends one into the middle, nobody home. Furion brings it up to the red line and tries to go to the blue line in a bit of their own miscommunication. Been a rough start for both of these teams through the opening 9 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm very curious to see how the offensive setup is going to be for Redhawks. I saw, Furion, he's rocking that gold 1T on the point, something you don't often see. But when it's there, you always have to respect that threat. It's much of a mental game as it is kind of, being able to utilize that all the time.
Puck down low in the corner. Fopatoflin sends it all the way around, gets it back. Good movement here. Can they find what they're looking for? Kachin wanted that cut back to the short side. That shot off the side of the cage. Up ahead now, Tunkelia looking and trying to find that space in the middle. Just not there. You're going to have to earn it. Contact. Nico cuts back to the outside. Feed to Niskalaukos, and again, immediately swarmed. Kachin holds up. Barely onside, but it counts. Martindale tries to go back across. Nobody home. Locked down low. 7 minutes left in the first. Good patience. Arska back from Martindale. One-timer deflects off of Kim Johan in front. Martindale will find that extra pass over to Furion. Opportunity here. Wraparound bid. Police controls there.
Yeah, Nico kind of came in with a head of steam right there. Yeah, he can, Martindale passing over to his defensive partner, sitting quite far back in the zone, but you could see that gold 1T coming into play right there. Just the velocity he got on that shot, hit a body in front, but I think we're going to see them look to go back to that quite a bit, maybe setting up with a man or two in front to look for those deflections and rebounds.
For Furion, trying to make sure he gets a goal sooner rather than later. We've seen him in the past go nearly a full season without one, despite a barrage of shots towards opposing goaltenders. Nico over the blue line, takes the hit. Fopatoflin tries to go up ahead. Kim Johan's there to intercept and to draw the call. Kachin will go to the box. Unless Reality Check finds a way to score with the extra attacker out, but before they can think about scoring, they need to find a way to be able to clear that blue line consistently. They will get an ozone draw here as they go to the power play.
Yeah, it's just beautiful reaction coming out from Kim Johan. After that, quick turnover, they knew they're going to try to send that puck up the ice as quick as possible. He gets there, maintains body possession over Kachin, intercepts that puck, and then draws the call as well. Beautiful awareness and IQ coming out from him, and it's going to give his team another power play opportunity, and hopefully they can find some better luck with this one.
You have possession off the draw. Good movement at the point. Kim Johan's shot paddled away by Police Control. Nico looking. Shot on to the save. Rebound and another kick save. Good looks here for Reality Check. Furion, though, able to clear off the backhand, but much better start to the man advantage. Quick movement through the neutral zone here. Not able to hold on to the puck. Martindale sends it up ahead. Opportunity perhaps for Fopatoflin. Feed across and just ran out of room on that far side. Decent look, though, for Arska. Final few moments here. Niskalaukos looking his opportunities. Kim Johan deflection bid there. Lost a lot of its speed. We're back to 5-on-5. 2 successful kills in the period for the Redhawks. That one on net. Dale sends it over to the wall. Puck turned over. Good recovery from Furion. Niskalaukos in the middle and another save at the buzzer. Reality Check builds some momentum at the end of the period off of that man advantage. But we are still goalless through 20 minutes.
Yeah, just unable to find a way into the back of the net. Police Control has been on it, that you're thinking back to that one kind of power play opportunity they had, the low shot on, and then he got back for the rebound as well. And as soon as the man came out of the box, Reality Check able to maintain that zone control, get a few more shots, and well, they're the only team with a shot in this period. The best chance for Redhawks coming from with that pass from Fopatoflin to Pro Arska, but he hit the post on the side of the net. So still 0 registered shots despite 2.5 minutes of zone time here. Perhaps looking for too much of that perfect opportunity here. They may just want to start firing pucks on net, as we so often kind of preach when you're in this sort of situation. But yeah, you can't score if you're not registering shots. So it would at least be a good starting point for Redhawks. They do have the zone time, just need to find a way to put it on.
Second period about ready to begin, as always. ECL Elite Division action brought to you by our friends at Kovalon Lockracy. We Continue on here. Looking for the game's opening goal. Toflin finds the pass, and there it is. Pro Arska from quite the angle, but the opening goal is on the board for Redhawks.
That was beautiful right there. I didn't think he would be able to make that pass. I thought for sure he was just going to put a quick shot and test that short side of Vincere, but he's able to get that pass across with very, very limited space right here. You see it was poked off, and that was about as far down, low in the zone he could have gone to make that pass. He does it. Pro Arska makes no mistake. 1-0 here for Redhawks.
Great start there. Was Reality Check with a lot of momentum at the end of that first period. The turn of events here. Opportunity across once again. Pass off the mark. Frees up space for Koloslav. One-on-one with Furion, who gets the better of him, at least temporarily. Feed in front, and the puck is in! We are tied at 1. What a shot from Tunkelia. It looked like Police Control had it, but indeed we're tied.
I think he got a big piece of that. Maybe not. It's really hard to tell from that replay, but the delay in the celebration and stuff really makes me think that it took some extra time to get in the back of the net. Perhaps this will kind of show us a bit more. Just good hustle from Koloslav feeds that over.
To me, I don't know. It almost looked like he gloved it, and when he put the glove down behind him to stand up, the puck may have crossed the line.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to, hopefully during the period break, we can get a much closer and slowed down look at it. But yeah, just with the way the delay looked after the shot and the save animation before that goal light went on really makes me think that he got a big piece of it.
Well, a wild start to the second period here. Both teams with a goal after some struggles in that first period to find the back of the net. Goals for Pro Arska, his third of the season in his third game, and Tunkelia finally getting his first goal of the season. What is his third game as well. The captain and key player for Reality Check in their emergence in the Elite Division began last season. Toflin turns that one over. Feed up the middle. Tunkelia looking to find a bit of space. Great skating. Tested the short side. Excellent job, though, by Police Control. Didn't give him any space as that shot blocked down. Back to the neutral zone. Johan taking his time. Resetting. Nico going to do the same thing. Johan again dumps over to that far side corner. Excellent bounce. Skalaukos for Tunkelia wanted the 1T for Kim Johan. It took a deflection before it got to him.
That was just a really, really nice play right there. Couple passes to get to that area. Just, yeah, you said, just couldn't quite get to him cleanly. Looked like it hit something and then bounced off his skate, and he fanned on it. And it'll lead to interesting offside as Redhawks from a broken play in the neutral zone tried to enter the zone themselves here and actually goes all the way back to their own end.
Another opportunity here. The ozone draw for Reality Check. Off the tie-up. Koloslav again tried that feed back in front. Toflin there to help out. Redhawks not able to gain the line. Koloslav up ahead for Kim Johan with speed down the wing. Tried the cut into the middle. Niskalaukos there to help out. Throws it on net. Opportunity from an odd angle for Tunkelia. Nico's shot deflects wide into the corner. Tunkelia still battling for it. Martindale's there. Can't clear the zone. Nico for his centerman. Shot from Koloslav. May have hit the side of the nets.
Yeah, ring off the post right there.
Finally some relief for the Redhawks. Puck down low. Didn't mention to hit post on their last opportunity. Crafty shot there from Kachin, but that one is denied with 5:40 to go in the second period.
It looked like maybe aiming 5-hole right there because Vincete's done such a good job on his own post, but a little bit too far out to be able to beat him going into the butterfly.
Kim Johan again looking to lead the way. Kelia now on that left wing side, tried to send it in front. They are continuing to test that option. Not finding much success. Kachin looking for that low rebound. Kim Johan again. Take away that opportunity. Furion. Scanning. Elects to reset. Redhawks prioritizing possession. Up the boards. Errant pass. Now over to that far side. It's Koloslav. The point for Kim Johan. Shot deflection. May have clipped the post again. Another turnover in their own zone. Furion able to hopefully settle this down for them. We approach the final 90 seconds. Offside call there. So it was such a hot start for the Redhawks, but as this period's gone on, it's been reality check. We get another look at that goal. Hopefully we do get the slow motion replay. Or not the slow motion replay, that was, but hopefully a more zoomed in look on either instant replay option during that intermission. Final minute of play here. Offside call. 27.8 to go. Both teams with a goal within the first 5 minutes of this period.
Yeah, it has kind of more settled back into a bit more of a steady pace, nonetheless, a lot of kind of transition plays. It's just that Redhawks haven't been able to enter the zone because of it, and reality check keeps doing it. Another puck in front right there. Martindale has to be careful.
Final few seconds, the contact there, they're onside, shot stopped. And a wild second period, again, those two quick goals, but still we enter the third with a tie game.
Yeah, and it was just, a really, like you said, such a good start in the period for Redhawks, getting that early goal, taking the lead. Reality check, quick answer of their own here. Yeah, still can't tell from that replay, but yeah, reality check as that period went on just started to find ways to kind of take over, and it really started with the neutral zone turnovers. Redhawks, when they tried to stretch the game out or try to force certain passes there, reality check just jumped all over them and were in such good position to do so. And again, I'm going to have to call him out. It's a lot of good credit to Kim Johan. He has disrupted so much, not only in the neutral zone, but in his own end as well. He's so quick. Johnny on the spot to get the loose pucks, to cut off passing lanes, and doing it properly too, not just trying to hang out in a lane and hope he gets the intercept, but really getting in the face of that forward who's right there. You kind of have to be glued to them and nearly in front of them sometime. It's not easy at times, but Kim Johan is doing an excellent job of it so far for reality check, and that's really hampering the Redhawks' efforts to be able to generate offense.
Third period underway, hot start perhaps. Koloslav trying to work his way down the middle of the ice. Redhawks down the other way again, scoring less than a minute into that second period, excuse me. Martindale for Arska in the corner. Down low, cut back in front. Both teams still trying to go. Those high-quality opportunities. The other team really doing their best to make them earn it. One mistake could leave that space. Puck down low in the zone. Along the half wall for Arska. Great breakout pass for Kachin. Has a bit of speed. The hesitation move still held it. Pass couldn't get through. He's able to win it back. Good movement here. Down low for Pro Arska. In front for Fopa Toflin. Again rejected. Now a counterattack for reality check. Koloslav's cut into the middle, doesn't go. Work here by Fopa Toflin, still fighting for it. Arska for Furion, can't get that shot through. Bouncing puck out to the corner. Reality check, working it through the zone. Contact there. Tough break there for Kachin, but not able to hold the line.
Yeah, the Redhawks able to get a little bit more offensive zone presence, but it's still being able to get those shots through. They're now being blocked when they're trying to, from the top of the zone. It just hasn't been easy for them to be able to get these shots through. At the beginning, maybe it wasn't a willingness to take shots. Now they're trying to take a few more, but those lanes are just being clogged up. I'm not too sure I have the answer, but they need to find a way to try to, spread out reality check and then take a quick shot. It's like they're delaying a lot down low. They're taking time down low, but when they get on the point, it feels like they're trying to release it immediately, whether, maybe as the defenseman, you want to take a couple steps to the, right or the left, depending on which handedness you have, and then rip a wrister on so that people can't just immediately, when the puck goes back there, go down in those shot block animations. And again, you can use that to your advantage. The second they go down in the shot block animation, kind of sidestep and then rip that puck on.
Opportunity in the O-zone here once again, but the face-off won by Fopa Toflin. Puck turned over, though. Koloslav takes the hit. Wraparound bid doesn't go. Looked like there was space, but Police Control able to make that stop. Impressive performance from him so far in his season debut.
Yes, indeed. Once again, a stretch pass from Martindale gets closed out. Has to be careful getting that back up, but a nice set of passing. Here comes Kachin.
Hesitation move, drops back from Martindale. And Reality Check able to force that quick turnover, trying to get things going back down the other way. Again, game 1 of 2 between these two clubs. A little bit later on in this broadcast, Yippee Vaskala taking on Haimo, the former Yano of last season, who also worked their way into a playoff position. Arska from Martindale. Spin pass back to Arska, and again, Furion's shot rejected. Here's Koloslav. Furion trying to catch up to him, and he does. Recovery defense on point from the Redhawks captain. Arska, nifty pass. Fopatoflin, the big rebound off of his shot. Reality was able to get there. Opportunity across, and does not go. Let's get a little bit more patience from Reality Check on these attacks. 5 minutes left in regulation. Another dump to that left side corner from Kim Johan. Handled well by Redhawks this time. For the line. Hesitation move. Force in front. Does not go. Opens up space for Reality Check down the other way. And Furion is there. He has been excellent in this third period. Opatoflin, active stick work to get it up ahead. Martindale on angle and gives a little bit of trouble to Finsere there, but he is able to hug that post and keep that puck out.
Yeah, we've seen some pucks go in from that odd angle right there, whether it be a pass or a shot, maybe even been a buffered shot right there, and clips kind of the iron, maybe goes off the foot as well. That's a big hit. Surprising there's no call on that. Hit from behind.
Puck into the Redhawks zone. Just over a minute remaining. Martindale for Arska. That's across to the middle and back again. Looked for the feed. Kim Johan needed to get a piece of that one, and he did. Bolislav into the attacking zone. Back to the outside. Around the back of the net. Still in possession. If you wanted to go back to the point there. Redhawks in control. That pass off the mark. One of these two teams find a way to deny the other a point by winning it here in regulation. Redhawks, 20 seconds to go. Arska for Martindale around the back of the net. Cuts back to the forehand, takes the hit. 10 seconds left. Reality Check into the zone. Dunkelia back to the forehand, looking across, can't get all of it, shot through, and Police Control finds it and covers 1.1 on the game clock here. Is it enough time?
That's a scary moment right there. Low shot on, and that puck was loose for a moment.
Face off one, can't get the shot off, and both teams will earn a point as we go to overtime to determine who will walk away with that extra one. Competitive game, Sin, but still just the 2 goals between them, both early on in that second period.
Yeah, both goaltenders, having to be sharp at times. There haven't been a super high amount of those high-quality chances. A lot of the shots have been from the perimeter more so, especially on the side of Reality Check, but they have been a lot more willing to shoot low for rebounds, whereas Redhawks, for right now, really seem to want to get to those higher quality areas the same way that Reality Check kind of scored. Their goal was that pass through the middle into the high scoring area. You see it there again. But that's just good positioning from Furion there to get in the way of at least that shot right there if you can't get the intercept on the pass. But there's that last chance. Low shot, and oh, that was loose for a moment with white jerseys bearing down on Police Control.
The overtime about ready to begin. We'll walk away with that extra point. Sin, every point matters in this league. We've seen it time and time again. Playoff spots determined by 1 point. Playoff spots determined by goal differential. Gonna be on point all 30 games. Shot on there. Blocker stop by Finsere. his better games this season. I mean, granted, it's only his third, but again, a lot of focus on him in this reality check lineup. Mentioned that, off the top, he was last season's goaltender of the season. Not an easy accomplishment to take down the likes of FaZe, Kape, and so many of the others that we have kind of seen in contention there. Nikkei as well for Tunnel Vision that have dominated that award the past few seasons. Here's Kachin now into the attacking zone. Down low, contested. Proarska has it now. Tried the hesitation move that's knocked back to Martindale. Can't find the pass. Bouncing around, reality check in control. The attacking zone, Tunkelia trying to just really bull rush his way through that pressure. Redhawks now. Kachin can't hold on to it. Furion for Arska. Tried to throw it on from an odd angle. Bouncing puck continues. Great save by Finseri on the short side bid. Another chance on the short side. Loose puck bouncing around. And Finseri will find it. Tested on that short side quite a few times and trusting his defense to break up those passes.
That was just the best sequence of offense that Redhawks has had this entire game. Several good opportunities in the matter of seconds.
Puck fed up ahead. Koloslov drops it back to his centerman. Furion to Kachin. Gets around Kim Johan. Popatolfin back to the point. Martindale, odd angle shot. Another stop by Finseri. This time on Proarska. Tested again as they approach the line. Great job by the Redhawks. Another great breakout pass. Kachin into the zone, now in the corner. And the new addition from the now defunct Vexio Lakers side. Maybe drag it in short side. Feed in front doesn't go. Tried another one. Redhawks showing a lot more patience in the offensive zone now. Not one and done on their opportunities. Furion's pass, miscommunication. That might be exactly reality check needed. An ozone draw for them coming up.
Yeah, maybe try to stop some of the outpouring of pressure that Redhawks have been able to put on. Starts with the draw here. We'll see if Niska be able to win it, but once again, Fopatolfon in his own end comes up with a huge win. Now, Redhawks coming back the other way.
I mean, hey, we're bound to make that mistake at least once or twice because, I mean, it is, but hey,
yeah.
At the end of the day, Fopatolfon, that feed in front doesn't quite go. Gonna get clearance on that just to make it easier. Short side opportunity off the post. Puck back to the point. Shot through from Johan. Loose puck all the way through the slot. Redhawks recover. Martindale. I don't know if that's what he was looking for, but it does give Redhawks an opportunity to reset. The quick out. That one's on net. So no icing, but they elect not to chase. Nico can't work his way through. Martindale, a little bit of trouble. Popatolfin tries to hold on to it. Has Kachin with him. Tries to go back all the way through the crease as it went off the post and rocketed to the other side of the blue paint.
And Kachin is looking so dangerous down low in the offensive zone, just really working magic with his skating, and yeah, he's able to keep that up. I mean, it's hard to believe that they won't find that game-winning goal eventually here. They've been really slowing down reality check as well. We really haven't seen reality check in this period get any sustained zone time.
Real time, 2 minutes here at the end of this overtime. At our Marathon Mondays, we've had When Will It End Wednesdays in the past as well. Both these teams. Opportunity there in front, doesn't find the back of the net. That shot blocked down. Popatolfin. Over the line, good patience here, cutting in, another back skate. Down low. I don't know if that's what he was looking for, but if he was, that's a big brain play.
Yeah, that's 40 chess right there.
Now in the corner, Kim Johan. Contact, can't hold on to it. Final minute of this overtime. Again, Sudden death rules. We stick with it for as long as is necessary. Opa Toflin. Back for Pro Arska. Again to the center. An opportunity. Good movement. Oh, between those two for Redhawks, but still Finsere is there.
Yeah, he's just not giving up that short side. It's key for a goaltender, trust your defense to try to cut out those cross creases.
Arska, that one. Deflected wide. Puck nearly turned over. Nico and Kim Johan again working on this breakout. Good movement, and they score! Out of nowhere in the dying moments of this overtime, Reality Check find their breakthrough and take this first game 2-1.
It only takes one good look back the other way, and this one is over. All that sustained pressure for Redhawks, all those chances, all those looks are for naught as Reality Check in one fell swoop come back the other way. Another tight pass right there, kind of reminiscent of the angle that Fopa Toflin had to work with on the goal for Redhawks is what he had to do right there, getting that across to Kolaslav and about half the net to shoot at. He won't miss from there. He picks up, I believe, his 5th goal of the season and a huge 2 points, extra point, I should say, for Reality Check.
The hot start for new addition Kolaslav continues. Reality Check taking game 1 in overtime, nearly double overtime. Again, it was the final minute of that period of play. We'll get one more look at it, and yeah, not much police control can do there as they finally, them being Reality Check, found space. Get that opening goal. Look at both goaltenders, though. I mean, phenomenal effort from the two of them, certainly. It was just a matter of who was going to find that breakthrough. I saw that as well, but 3 more minutes of ozone time for Redhawks as that game went on. They really started to find that extra bit of patience. We get a look here at the first goal in the early stages of the second period. Fortunately for Redhawks, that was their only goal of the game.
Yeah, this is the one that we're waiting for. It's that tying goal here that we're not too sure when it went in and if... Indeed. Yep, he got a huge piece of that, and I think it goes off the defender, and then off his...
Oh man. Boy. Off the glove, couldn't catch it, off the body, off the top of the pad, and still finds a way in. And then here, of course, the overtime winner just misses the stick of the netminder to find its way across. Tic-tac-toe, an overtime winner for Reality Check. In game number 1, an entertaining one at that. And of course, a second game coming up between these two in just a matter of moments. And again, a little bit later on as well. Our second matchup of the broadcast, it is Yippee Voskala taking on Hymos. That's just one game of 4 done for today's broadcast. We'll be back to set the stage for game number 2 between these two clubs after a brief word from our sponsor. Don't go anywhere. All right, everybody, we are back, and again, a big thank you for sticking with us here at Sports Gamers. In game 1 in the books, game 2 about ready to begin. The teams just about, well, they actually have matched up and are just about on the ice and ready to go. There you see them. A win for Reality Check in that first game. When talking about, changes that might need to be made, I mean, what do you kind of see for this game? Will there kind of be that willingness to adapt a little bit more? Or do you kind of see, at least in the early stages, perhaps still that over-reliance on trying to force the puck into the middle?
Well, it worked for Reality Check twice, but on the side of, the Redhawks, they just weren't able to get that going consistently enough.
Oof, good opportunity early on there. But a big save by Police Control. And again, that is why, if there is that little bit of space, the high-quality opportunities, is it the better way to go rather than some other looks? Always the debate. Gotcha. He had a phenomenal game number 1. Pro Arska in the corner takes the hit. That one nearly ended up towards goal. Arska's down. Temporary man advantage here for Reality Check. Can they take advantage? Police Control handles this one, sends it up the middle. At least allows his team time to reset. Gotcha, able to pick that one off. Excellent handles to work his way through. Tried that short side. Fopa Toflin. Gotcha has some tremendous stick work here, doesn't he? I mean, my goodness, he has been a highlight reel so far. Puck dumped over to that far side corner. Doesn't take a favorable bounce. We have seen that used, though, by Redhawks. Or excuse me, by Reality Check. Particularly Kim Johan, who has been absolutely fantastic at knowing how to elevate that puck and forcing a great bounce off the back wall to give his forwards time to get there. That's the key, is generating that bouncing puck.
Yeah, absolutely. You cannot allow an easy pickup for the defenders here as they try to force the middle once again. And we've seen Martindale and Furion really have to just kind of stay in place, hope that puck stops bouncing in a favorable spot for them, because, that chop doesn't always work. And, sometimes it goes right to the other team as well. That's why no matter which side the dump goes through, the opposite side forward is always going in with speed around the net.
Patient move from Koloslav, not able to hold on to it. Here's Fopa Toflin down the other way. Rebound bid. Good blocker save. Sere had to face that one. It was blocked down by Nico. Redhawks elect to try to trap up, but the pass still up ahead for Tunkelia. His shot doesn't get through. Defense was able to recover.
Yeah, a lot of shooting for rebounds from both of these teams so far in the early going, and I definitely think that's a good idea. If that middle isn't there, or you want to try to open that up, shooting low for rebounds is a good way to generate some chances early on.
Yeah, I mean, we've had that conversation. If the option isn't there to force that puck through, you throw a puck low on net, it can accomplish the same thing, but it can even go through on its own. You never know. Lee Sin and I not buying into the hype of you can't score on goaltenders by just shooting. The puck recovered here for Reality Check. Just 6.5 minutes to play in the first period. Skalaukos up ahead. Tried to drop back for Kim Johan. Missed communication there. The quick out up ahead for Tunkelia. Tested and a wild shot just to get it into the zone. Worked out pretty well. Good contact there from Fopa Toflin, though, again forcing the reset. There's that dump from Kim Johan. Martindale, the no-look glove down. Tough break. For Reality Check. Furion across. That one on angle. Nearly found a way to sneak through. Somehow, someway, Finsere continues to be able to settle down those pucks and make the cover.
That was crazy. I thought for sure that was heading to the back of the net on the bank, but Vincente somehow kept it out. Almost visually looked like it was in for a split second, but that's a great pass.
Koloslav tries that rocket pass in front. Puck down low. Koloslav just getting back to his feet. Miscommunication there at the line. Redhawks offside. In a busy week for us here at SportsGamer, as we've talked about. sportsgamer.gg, the place to go for all of the information. Of course, you saw it there in chat as well. This weekend, our first Madden tournament, sportsgamer.gg/Madden for all the details that you need. Any fans of the NFL out there, this is the tournament to take part in. Big prizes, tickets to the NFL's international games in Europe later on this year. Out goes to Nico. Final few seconds. Tried to find the man across. Kim Johan shot into traffic. List Control was able to find it. 0.7 on the clock since, so not enough time really to get anything done. Interesting first period, though. Both teams with some quality looks.
Yeah, definitely. There was some opportunities for those goals to happen. Some on kind of broken plays, others more set plays. But yeah, you can see there's just not a lot of space for those cross creases and even the higher zone kind of one-time looks that teams are, especially Reality Check, have been trying to set up. But that's, kind of after they gain the zone. I'd be curious to kind of see if they want to try to set that up a little bit more on the rush so that you can maybe catch Redhawks kind of over back checking right there. Something that we see kind of in the NA scene quite a bit from Entourage in particular is, you have that rush play. One of the wingers will have the puck. You'll send the center streaking towards the goaltender to try to pull the defenseman away, and then that will give up the little bit of space for the winger-to-winger pass on the 1T. But, neither team is rocking gold 1T, at least for their forwards, unless they switch builds in between the two games. The only one rocking that is Furion there, and, it just still kind of seems like they want to try to set up those one-timers when they already have the established zone time, which can work, but both teams defending against that extraordinarily well. And if they want to utilize those types of looks, they're going to have to either, open things up a lot more, get quicker passes up top, and, maybe have those defensemen come in a bit lower so that they can get it off quicker and avoid the shot blocks. But either way, just one shot apiece for both teams.
Nico shot knocked down. Second period action brought to you by our friends at Kovalan Lakritzy. Boleslav, that one blocked as well. Of course, it wasn't until the second period of game one that we saw both teams score. Until the end of overtime. What a spin from Kachin. Another great stop by Finsere. And if it wasn't for the absolutely tremendous goaltending from Finsere, Kachin would have 4 or 5 goals on the night already, as Koloslav couldn't shovel that one home.
Diving effort right there from Furion to try to disrupt that pass. Always kind of dangerous. You could knock it in and into your own goal, but you could do the same with a puck pickup as well as a defender. So it's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Good decision in that case to break that one up and prevent Polish Control from having to make an incredibly difficult stop.
Kachin in control. They're onside. Fopotoflin the spin. Get back to the point. Furion. Hesitation across just wide of the post. Close calls here for Redhawks. Still yet to find the back of the net. The quick out off of the defender, Nico. One by Kachin, still fighting for it. Martindale able to win back the puck. Held on to it too long. And Kelia takes it away. He'll hold up. Sim, we've kind of seen that now throughout the last couple of seasons. So many guys who have experience playing both defense and forward in an ECL season. Highly, highly beneficial, I think, for a lot of players who have the offensive game to up that defensive game. It makes you that much more of a threat in the O-zone. We've seen someone like Flyer Kungan of Frölunda just absolutely thrive in previous seasons. And even now, he's back on defense, which, again, can make him very, very difficult to get the better of.
No, absolutely. And again, defense is a team kind of effort. You have to have all guys playing that at all times. So getting that experience, on the point or switching from, point to forward, which sometimes is easier. That one trickles on dangerously.
Very, very problematic. Police Control, though, played that very well. He was down early. Furion trouble, turns the puck over. And Kelia down low. 7.5 to play in the second period. Arska over the line for Redhawks. Kachin hits the back of the net. Loose puck in from Martindale. Shovels one just wide. Another good look for the Redhawks. They just don't have the finishing game on point. Nico for Niskalaukas. Down low. Opatoflin, good patience here. Miscommunication with Furion. Offsides the call.
Yeah, just tough breaks for both of these teams, but also great saves from the goaltenders when they've been called upon to make them, kind of hectic plays out in front of the net, and they're just staying in their position and being able to make those stops, and even with, essentially chaos around them.
Opportunity shot, scores, but a contentious moment here. It's being waved off for goaltender interference. Not the best replay. I don't know if we'll get another look at it. But the goal will not stand, so a tough break there for Reality Check.
Yeah, speaking of chaos in front of the net, that's kind of what happened there. Just bouncing puck settled on the stick of Koloslav, but again, looked like minor contact with the goaltender will negate it.
Redhawks, a second chance here to get the game's opening goal. Kachin in front, nobody home. Furion gets it back. Quick movement for Redhawks, perhaps a bit too quick. Offsides the call, but just over 3 minutes to go. Not that many face-offs in this game either. This would be the 9th at this stage. Trouble there for Martindale. He's able to get it back. Reality Check in control. Denied the game's opening goal off a goaltender interference call. Contact. A lot of contact at that. Reality check trying to maintain possession. They can't do so. At least in the attacking zone. And now in general. Redhawks. In the line. Poked away. Furion throws one on. Good stop by Finsere. Big contact there. Arska. Second chance. Knocked away. Final few seconds. Furion shot glove. Save Finsere at the buzzer. And again, we will enter the third period between these two teams in a tie situation. This time, though, in a goalless affair because of some great stops by Finsere, especially.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if that last shot by Furion kind of took him by surprise, or the pass at least took him by surprise, so he didn't get the one-time shot off. With that gold 1T, the one-timers are very, very easy to get off as long as, the timing's close enough. So very kind of interesting play right there, and I wonder if he was able to get that one time off, if he would have had a better chance of beating Finsere, but perhaps he was waiting for that forward coming behind the net to get himself in front for a possible deflection. Hard to kind of say in that sort of situation with the time running out. That being said, again, a close affair and not really too many registered shots. So it really not from a lack of trying from either of these teams at times. There have been some good shot blocks, but it's been a lot of kind of trying to get that puck into the high-quality scoring opportunities, whether that's forcing it side to side on the rush or from behind the net when you've established the zone. It's just not really any avail for the teams.
Third period underway. Reality check right back in on the attack. Johan's shot may have deflected in front, kept out by Police Control. Reality check again. As we mentioned, the 4th seed entering the playoffs last season. Losing, though, in just 5 games to our 5th seed in Yippee Vaskala, who will be in action. This broadcast's second matchup, not all that long from now, taking on another playoff team from last year in Heimo. Good movement. That shot, glove, save. Finsere again. First 2 games of the season, average 2 goals against. Maybe not quite what he was looking for save percentage-wise. He has been outstanding tonight. Turned over here for Arska. Laukaus able to get that back fast. Kelia, that one broken up. Smart pass there by Arska, dropping it back to the defender instead of having to skate it up the middle of the ice. A chess match between these two clubs. Here's Koloslav. Overtime hero in the last game, but his pass read well by Martindale. Koloslav in return wins that puck back in the neutral zone.
Kind of a missed passing play on the side of Redhawks there. I think the second pass didn't go to the intended target, forced out another quick pass, and that led to a turnover. Dump and chase coming out again, but Martindale right there.
Loose puck recovered by Johan. Tried to go back to his centerman. A lot of quick changes in possession. Notching down low for Arska. Maybe wanted the short side. Was poked away. Scramble for the puck. These quick possession changes. Impossible to call. I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, it's just that everyone's defensive skill stick is going all willy-nilly and hitting pucks at every angle.
Short side. Kept out. Second chance. They score. It was bound to happen with how the run of play was going. Pro Arska, right place, right time. And Redhawks finally find the breakthrough.
Yeah, puck might as well have been a hot potato. Excellent recovery from Finsere on that first one. You saw him slide over to his left to get that initial shot. I think we'll get a look at it right here as, bouncing puck, sliding. Oh, I guess that shot didn't actually get off, but that slide over, unfortunately, put him in, a bad position for the way the shot eventually went in. No fault of his own, of course. That puck was just bouncing like mad.
Laukaus, good opportunity, stopped by Police Control. Short side, had the space. Elliott to the point. Reality check, trailing by 1. Going the desperation, that sense of urgency. Down low, rocketed in front. Little bit of trouble there. Furion picked it off, but in a very dangerous area.
Yeah, that is a scary moment for both defender and goaltender alike. When you get that puck pick off, part of you is like, yay, I stopped it. And the other part of you is like, well, this could go off the goaltender and in at this point. It's just a smart play by him to just kind of stand still, because the second you move is when that puck could go loose and bounce in every which way. Short side try for Koloslav.
And a shout out to Eki and everyone coming over from that particular stream. Slips on a banana peel and a power play coming up here for Redhawks, and an opportunity to seal the deal here in this game with the next goal.
Oh yeah, I thought this was NHL and not Mario Kart, but clearly DK's back there throwing bananas all over the place, and unfortunately we don't get to see the fluff once again, but we will get to see a huge power play opportunity on the side of Redhawks.
Again, a 2-1 overtime win for Reality Check in the first game. Mentioned in a little bit, Yippee Voskala taking on Haimo in our second matchup of this broadcast. Week 1 of the new ECL Elite Division season. Another great look for Kachin. Just couldn't find a way to bury that one. He has been snake bitten. Furion, the captain, into the attacking zone. Takes the hit from Kim Johan. Koloslav tried to ship it up ahead to him. Redhawks back in control. 40 seconds left on the man advantage. Even if they don't score, precious time ticking off the clock. Good patience here on display. Across, rocketed a bit too heavy. And couldn't find its intended target. We're just about back to 5-on-5. Lock in the corner. Good contact there from Kim Johan. Turns it over. Furion, shot deflected. And a good save from Finsere. How many times have we said that tonight?
Quite a few. Both of these goaltenders have been phenomenal when called upon. I mean, we saw like the sheer save percentage just from that last game here. Back to 5-on-5. Redhawks with the offensive zone face-off, but Reality Check come up with it, approaching that last minute of real time, though.
Potoflin, it's on target again. How many close calls will Redhawks have like that? I mean, a hold your breath moment, hope for the best, and they continue to survive. Again, Reality Check had a called off goal for goaltender interference earlier in this game. Face off one clean by Potoflin in the defensive zone. We've said that a lot as well. Trouble here. Puck behind the back of the net. Good quick movement. They had to be aggressive to keep it in. 50 seconds. Good patience. Sent in front. Nobody home but an opposing jersey. They're onside. Kunkelia, the captain, goes to Nico, looking in front. Across, does not go. What a look. That secondary pass from Koloslav. Galaukaus out, and quick movement across. Kunkelia still fighting for it. Gets it to the open side. Koloslav has it. Kim Johan's shot stopped by police control. Puck unable to be cleared. Niskalaukaus has it. Wraparound does not go. Police control makes another save as Finsere heads to the bench with 11 seconds left in regulation.
They are just throwing everything they can at Police control, and he's up to the task. Extra skater, though.
Another win for Potoflin. They'll send it down. 5 seconds off the clock. Trusting Potoflin's ability to win these face-offs. He's done such a great job at it, but you're only as successful as your most recent face-off win. He still needs to win this one. Aggressive setup. Face-off one. Reality Check shot. Loose puck in front. Shoveled on, and they score! Finsere, as the extra attacker, ties this game at the last possible second. No cap. It's Jimmy Cap.
Absolutely unreal right there. From behind the net, just trying to feed it back out front. Somehow goes in. What a crazy sequence. Looks for the deflection. Gets another shot on. Goes behind the net to retrieve it. And his pass out front must have clipped the pad of Police control. And it finds its way back in. I'm not too sure what. There's a couple replays that we really want to get a look at now. That one, and of course the goaltender interference from earlier. But what a job by Reality Check to tie this one up, and they're guaranteed 3 points on the night.
I think what happened on that tying goal was, I mean, if you're a goaltender there and you see the puck below the goal line, you're going to go back to the middle. You're going to go to that neutral ground in case there's a wraparound on either side. And it looks like he just let off that near side post, and that allowed, that puck to be able to be bounced off of his back. That's a look at the Redhawks goal. But here is the goal from goaltender Finsere as the extra attacker. Watch the goaltender, and you can see him moving back to his right.
Yeah.
Was it poked in perhaps by Furion?
It's so hard to tell.
Reality Check did not give up. Their goaltender doing it all himself to earn them, as you mentioned, that 3rd point. We are back in overtime between these two clubs. A second away, we're Redhawks from securing 3 points on the night. They need to win this game in overtime to do that. Right now it is a 3-1 point split for Reality Check. Here's Koloslav. That pass broken up. Good movement here. Here's Proarska, the lone goal scorer for Redhawks. Stretch pass picked off by Nico. Heads off. Koloslav takes a big hit. One back by Niskalaukaus. What a feed to Koloslav, but he couldn't handle it. Niskalaukaus again. That one broken up. Nico able to recover. The former Färjestad defender. That shot deflected, but lost all of its momentum.
It's getting crazy here in overtime. Reality Check trying to take that momentum they got with that late tying goal into this overtime period and doing a good job so far.
Jump from Fopatoflin, shot, loose puck around the back of the net. The buffer shot from Koloslav goes off the back of the cage. Patient there from Martindale. Fopatoflin, it's Martindale's at the point. Arska down low, gets it back. Arska. Good patience. Fopatoflin was just getting back to his feet. Couldn't recover that puck. Tim Johan fades the pressure. His pass off target. Furion not able to hold that. 8 minutes gone in the overtime. It took until the final minute of overtime in this first game. The Reality Check to find the winner. Fopatoflin fend off the pressure, centering feed. Intercepted space here down the other way. Tunkelia has it poked. Out to that corner, maintains possession. Glaukos. It's Nico stepping in. He'll draw the call. And a power play for Reality Check in overtime.
Yeah, just an exceptional amount of pressure by them so far in this overtime. They're able to draw out the trip. And that is going to be Kachin sitting for 2. And they're actually going to see a timeout being taken right here. It's going to be on the side of Reality Check to refill those stamina bars.
I mean, again, a tough break, too, for Kachin. He has been phenomenal. A real offensive catalyst for Redhawks in this game, but might potentially be viewed as at fault. Look at how close that one was. I mean, again, that rebound, a bouncing puck. I mean, we saw that's really how Redhawks scored their opening goal. A lot of hectic bounces. Create a bit of chaos if you can't find space. Score the way you'd prefer to. Clean win again in the O-zone for Niskalaukas. Koloslav, low shot. Handled by Polis Control, who again just had to be on his toes, loving these low shots from Reality Check. Good hesitation from Tunkelia. The movement continues. Niskalaukas in front. They want those opportunities, and they're so close. But another stop from the Redhawks netminder.
Yeah, I think they got to keep going for those. It's created a lot of good, crazy bounces that they could have gotten to where we're just, that far away from getting to tie-up play. The puck goes behind the net. Furion able to clear that one out. Unfortunate break there for Reality Check, but good job in the dot by Fopatoflin.
Movement here through the neutral zone. Kim Johan, that pass, a little bit too much heat on it. Time for one more rush on the man advantage for Reality Check. Kim Johan, the handles, he's over the line. Send in front, nobody home. One back by Tunkelia. Nico, down low to Koloslav, looking. Back to the point with Kim Johan. One-timer, good save again. Fullest control, keeping his team in it. Kim Johan. What a great game. Set of games it has been for the defense pairing. Kim Johan in particular. Again, just his second Elite Division season. Koloslav shot blocked down. As Nico has it. Up ahead, Niskalaukos tries to find Koloslav. Bouncing puck. Sent back to the point. Nico pinching in. It's knocked loose. Shot. Picked off by Furion. We approach the real-time 2 minutes. For the second time tonight between these two teams. Huge hit there. Koloslav. Over the line. Gets the puck back in front. Short side. And it's going to take something. It is going to take something special to find the back of the net. We see the pause here. Both teams have used that pause now, that timeout at this stage. Sin, I mean, 1:50 to go on the game clock here in overtime number 1. It looked like we were going to go to double overtime in that first game. Could very well be set up to do the same thing here.
Yeah. Wow, I mean, that was the right defenseman, Kim Johan, there sitting right in front, nearly getting that shot away, and still found its way over to the man on that cross-crease opportunity. Again, both goaltenders have been phenomenal. Finn Sede in this one, not only stopping incredible amounts of shots, but getting the lone goal for Reality Check as the extra attacker.
Saw their 6 shots to 0 in Reality Check's favor in this overtime. Kim Johan's shot paddled away. Covered along the half wall. Now in the corner, Koloslav, short side. And Police Control not going to allow that same thing to happen. What a performance from him. Again, his first 2 games of the season. Swede has been fantastic in this set of games. Here's Fopa Toflin. Tries to go back to Martindale. Miscommunication. Minute 25 seconds to go. We stick with it. Sudden death rules. Double overtime. We've seen quadruple overtimes in the regular season. I'm still begging our friends at EA Sports. Another save. Loose puck in the crease. Now out to the corner. Arska has it now. Martindale still begging our friends in for either 3-on-3 overtime, a shootout for overtime options. Maybe starts at 5, then drops to 4 players, down to 3. Give us something. I want to save these for the playoffs. Opatoflin up for Martindale. Notch into Arska. Not much space to work with, but he handles it well. Furion with the puck. Opatoflin was stuck on the backhand. 35 seconds. A 2-1 overtime victory for Reality Check in Game 1. To have repeat score lines. Fed up ahead. Martindale's there. Puck turned over as it went off of a skate. Centering feed. Koloslav low shot. The rebound control. That's what the control stands for in Police Control. Police apparently means rebound.
Yeah, if it didn't before, it definitely does now. Yeah, just phenomenal right there. But Reality Check keep going back to that well because, again, you know, those cross-crease passes aren't working with the kind of consistency that they need to be able to score. But I like to see what they're adjusting.
Opatoflin, hesitation, shot from the points blocked. 2 seconds to go. Double overtime on the agenda here in Game 2 between Redhawks Esport and Reality Check. And no kidding, Police Control is the one to get the highlight, or at least the focus. We'll see some of the highlights here at the end. He has been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, he really has, especially in a period where Redhawks could not get anything going really on the offensive side of things. That was all reality check there. And look at what they've done with the time and attack. They're now doubling Redhawks. And Redhawks need to find a way to respond and get some offense of their own. Again, we saw it in the last overtime, the last game in overtime, when it was seemingly Redhawks who had the advantage the whole time. Then one look back the other way, reality check was able to score here, but you don't necessarily want to tempt fate with that sort of performance. So Redhawks need to find a way to get that puck in the offensive zone and start to test, Finsete again.
Sin, I was looking back at some of the more recent score lines in the league so far in the early stages of this season. I mean, these 1-1 battles not necessarily indicative of, it's going to be a lower scoring league this year, like some people were concerned about, given, the lack of big tipper in close quarters. It's just that both goaltenders are making great saves. Here's Fopa Toflin off a great play, across, broken up. Back to Martindale, tries to feed it in front. Kachin looks to sweep it, and Fensere keeps it out. Down low again, Kachin can't hold on. Kim Johan wraps it around the boards.
Oh,
huge hit there. That's an injury for Niskalaukos. That is a tough hit to take. And we still have 2 games coming up on broadcast. Haimo taking on Jyväskylä. Battle of 2 playoff teams from last season as a drive to the net nearly worked out. What a feed there. Koloslav wanted to go backhand. Furion recovers. Wrapped around. Another huge hit. Redhawks starting to get more aggressive. I mean, Sim, when you survived a period, essentially getting hemmed into your own zone the entire time, why not be a little bit more aggressive? Try to force the issue. Arska's shot. Rebound. Centerman's there to handle it. Elliott trying to weave through Martindale. He can't do it. Puck intercepted by Nico. Gonna fight for it. Martindale able to recover. 2-1 victory for Reality Check. They have 3 points secured on the night, just 1 for Redhawks. They want to make it 3 apiece with a victory here. Arska tries to go in front. It's not there. Excellent positioning from the centerman, Niskalaukos. He is constantly there in the slot to help clog it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what the defense need in support from the centerman, and he's doing his job to perfection.
And Johan again recovers. Olaslav, a little bit of space. One-timer just wide. A great look for Tunkelia. Would not find the target. 8.5 minutes left in overtime number 2. On over the line. Galaukaus looking. Might he go back to the point? Tries to go low. He does. Koloslav. Kelia back to him. Odd angle shot. Can find a way through. Here's Arska. Looking at his options. Not able to fight through. That last rush, though, you may have caught Kachin almost cherry-picking at the blue line to take the attention of those 2 defenders so they couldn't trap at the red line. They were forced back to their own blue line. Very crafty play to open up space to the neutral zone. Offside call here.
Yeah, really glad you kind of pointed that one out, because you said it right there. It's forcing them to react, and if they don't pick you up back there, and you're able to get that either slap pass off or stretch pass, then, well, you're off to the races. So I really like that. Redhawks trying to find those ways, as you said, to open up the neutral zone just a little bit, as it has been difficult for them to gain that blue line here. And as this overtime continues to go on, both of these teams are going to continue to have to keep adjusting and keep their minds sharp.
4 minutes to play now. Arska's shot kicked out by Fensere. He'll take that easy save to add to an already growing save percentage. Reality check reset once more. We go for Kim Johan. They gain the line. Feed in the middle. Found its way on goal. Koloslav in the corner. Niskalaukos has options. Down low for Koloslav. The pickup not very beneficial. Here's Kachin. Head of steam. Down that right side. Koloslav tried to catch him. Ultimately, the defense does. We're in that real-time 2 minutes yet again. Boleslav. Point, D to D. Nico shot. Nobody in front there. Easy stop for Police Control.
Yeah, definitely easy stop. All three forwards are kind of, I don't think I spotted a single one of them below the hash marks there. So kind of interesting setup right there from Reality Check.
Toflin, another defensive zone win. Still, I'm sure, regretting the loss that allowed the tying goal. And there's the winner! Pro Arska on the rebound. And Redhawks Esports get the win in double overtime.
So I believe that's 3 goals in this 2-game set that have been low shots for a rebound and then picked up. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tugi, but I believe that is the case. And pucks on net sometimes is the strategy that you want to employ. It works right there for Redhawks. Beautiful play. Man, he roofed that as well off of the hop. Beautiful, and 3 points to 3 points for each of these teams. Kind of best case scenario for each of them personally, although you do allow your opponent to get those 3 points as well.
You certainly won't complain about a 3-point night. Certainly not. A great result for both teams. What a showcase from both goaltenders as well as Police Control, heading into this season, expected to be kind of their number one, but Mastari Tiku was on that club as well. But yeah, a veteran Police Control looking great and kind of showing why he might just be the guy to be the number one this year for Redhawks Esports and indeed for Pro Arska, getting both of those goals. But yeah, great game for both teams. Sim, we talk about, over an 80% save percentage is great. Over a 90 in that one for Police Control. Really held his team in it. The lone goal scorer for Reality Check was their goaltender, Infincere. Just need to reiterate that. Crazy set of games here between these two clubs.
Yeah, it really was. And despite the low scoring affairs, man, there are incredibly exciting moments right there. And it looked like Fincette actually gets a piece of that on the way in. I thought it was roofed initially, but yeah, I think he does get a small piece of that. Just couldn't quite get over in time. That's the advantage of those low shots, but those big rebounds there. It's hard for a goalie to adjust out of that first initial save animation to get over to block that. Sometimes it's actually easier to move on cross creases or one-timers than it is as long as the shot isn't absolutely blistering. But yeah, that's again, kind of crazy that Fincette had the kind of game he did in net and also scored the only goal for Reality Check.
So with that, our first 2 games of this broadcast are in the books. We're going to throw it to a quick break here, get everything set up and ready to go for our second matchup of the night. Yippee Voskala taking on Hymo. 2 games here in the regular season. Those coming up in just a few moments. Stick with us, and we'll be right back.